Hello everyone, welcome back to Code to CloudX. This side Pankaj Thakur. So in our previous videos, we explored different ways to work with AI models, right? So in this video, we are going to start using Spring AI and AWS Bedrock. So far, we have understood three approaches. So first one is OpenAI, right? So it is very easy to use and requires almost no setup. We have already seen our last video with examples. And also we have seen that it is paid services. We have to pay to access OpenAI models, right? Second one is local setup using Olama or Docker. And we already implemented this in last video with examples. And it is free and private, but the setup is a bit complex. And now, third one is cloud providers. And we have different cloud providers like AWS, Azure, and GCP. So these are scalable and production ready, which makes them ideal for real world applications. So in this video, we will focus on AWS Bedrock and use it to build a simple Spring AI applications. So let's get started. Now let's start by understanding cloud providers. So AWS provides a service called Bedrock. If you will go to the product section, and here you can see the Amazon Bedrock. So click on this and go to the pricing section. So this page gives complete information about Amazon Bedrock. And using this service, we can access AI models from multiple providers in one place. So here you can see Amazon provides its own models like Amazon Nova, Amazon Titan. Similarly, for under Anthropic, you will find all the cloud models, Claude models with their pricing details. Right now, one important point, that is OpenAI. So earlier, OpenAI models were mainly available through Azure only, but now cloud platforms are evolving, and AWS is also starting to support multiple model providers. So the important thing to understand is AWS Bedrock is a multi-model platform and it can integrate model from different providers, including third-party companies like, as we can see, OpenAI under Amazon Bedrock, right? So this is the real power of cloud providers, where we can get access to multiple AI models in one place. So now let's select one model. For example, we can go with Anthropic models. So to get started, we need an AWS account. So firstly, we have to log in. We have to log in with root user. Okay. So here, if you will search Bedrock, click on Amazon Bedrock. And if you will come inside model catalog, so here you will find all the providers and its models. So if you will click on Anthropic, so you will find all the models related to Anthropic by Anthropic, Cloud, Sonnet, this one. Okay. So if you will click anyone, if you click here, and if you will open in play background, and if you will ask any questions here, like what is your name? It's processing. I am Claude, an AI assistant made by Anthropic. Nice to meet you. How can I help you today? So you will get the response from this model. So I have to integrate this model with Spring AI. Now our goal is to connect this model with Spring AI. So for that, we need to complete a few setup steps. So let's see one by one. So firstly, click on IAM role. Under this policy, click on create policy button, and we have to choose the service name. We want to create a policy for Bedrock. Okay, so select Bedrock, and after that, you will click the action invoke model. Yeah, so you have to make sure you are selecting the same because we want to invoke a model from our Spring Boot applications. Then we are not here. We have a resource section. Specify resource ARNs for these actions. So here I will select all and then click on next. And here you have to give the policy name. So here I am giving the policy name Bedrock invoke model policy. Okay, and here you can give some descriptions. It's optional, and and finally we will create a policy. So you can see Bedrock policy has created. Now I will create a user. Click on user sections, and here I will click on create user button, and I will give the username Bedrock user, and click on next. Here I will click on attach policy, the policy which we have created that we have to attach. So select the policy name Bedrock. This one we have created Bedrock invoke model policy. Select this one and click on next. Then create user. Okay. Then click on that Bedrock user and go to the security credentials. Next, click on create access key. And here we will select local code. So as we are going to run our Spring Boot AI applications locally, so that's why we have selected local code, and we will confirm after checking this checkbox and click on next. Now description tag value, it's optional. So simply when we can click on create access key. So here you can see our access key and secret access key has generated. So you have to make sure you copy these details and store them in a safe place. And after that, click on done. So now we will use this key and integrate Spring AI with Bedrock. So if you will see, I am using the same project which we created in the previous video for OpenAI, Olama, and Docker model runner. So for Bedrock also I am using the same examples. Now we need to do some configurations to connect our application with AWS Bedrock. So first go to the pom.xml. In pom.xml, you have to we have to add the required dependency. Then in application.properties file, we need to add all the required key value configurations. So now the question comes, we have many models and providers. So how do we know which configurations to use. So for that, go to the Spring AI reference documentation. Spring AI reference documentation, under model section, you will see different providers and different providers like Anthropic, DeepSeek, Google, Olama, OpenAI, right? Since we are using Amazon Bedrock, click on Bedrock. So here you will find the required dependency which we have to use to communicate and required configuration properties. Okay. So firstly, what we will do, we need this dependency. So we will copy this dependency from here and we will add in our pom.xml file. Refresh it. So we added the dependency and now we will copy the required configurations. So firstly, we will use Spring AI Bedrock AWS region. We have to choose the region. If we will see here, we will get the regions. So which is near to your locations. So you will choose the specific regions. So as Mumbai is nearby my locations, so I will choose this AP South one. So what we have to do, firstly, I have to copy this key and in application.properties file, we will pass and okay. Next, we have to use access key and secret key, right? I will copy this key and we have secret key. That's all. And Spring AI Bedrock AWS session token for temporary credential. So we don't require this as we are passing access key and secret key. And here I will not hard code because it's a confidential. So we will pass the access key and secret key via environmental variables, or you can keep it in configuration file. So you can fetch from there. So as of now, I will pass these credentials through environmental variables. So I will just pass, okay, and you will pass which we copied during user creation in IAM roles. So that AWS access key secret key you have to pass in your environmental variables, or either you can hard code here. Best practice will be you don't hard code there, just pass from environmental variables. So for that, what you can do, you can go to the edit configurations, AWS access key and AWS secret, and here you can pass the value. And one more thing, here we have mentioned the Spring AI Bedrock AWS region. So this one also you have to pass in environmental variables, otherwise we will get exception. This one also I will pass here in environmental variables. So just, but that should be in capital letters. So you have to pass this access key. Here I'm not passing for confidential purpose. So you can pass later. And one more thing, you have to pass the region separately. Okay. Then apply. Okay. Now I have to pass the model. Which model I am using. So for that we have an option Spring AI model chat bedrock converse. So this one we will copy and paste. We have to choose the model. So it's a bedrock converse. We are using this service but we have to pass the model version, which click this one and you can pass the model ID. So which model ID we are using? Pass it. So firstly I have to copy the key name. The key name is this one. Spring AI Bedrock converts chat option model. Which model you are using? That's all. So now we have configured AWS region, access key, secret key, chat name, and chat model. Okay. And also in pom.xml, we pass the dependency, required dependency. So let's start the service. So start the applications. So our server has started Spring Boot Bedrock applications on port 9191. So now test the Spring Boot applications configuration is working properly or not. So HTTP localhost 9191 API/chat. If you will see the controller class, so here API/chat. Okay. So just I'm asking who are you or what is your name, something which anything we can ask. What is your name and your version? Send. So here I am getting exception, internal server error, software Amazon AWS validation exception, invocation of model I Anthropic. This one retry your request with ID ARN or interference profile that contains this model. Okay, so for that what we have to do, we cannot directly pass the model ID. What we have to do here, what we did, simply we select that model ID. For that version Claude Sonnet 4.6. So we can't do like this. For that what we have to do, we have to come, you have to come inside the section infer and infer profile, and here we have to choose the model Claude, this one. So here you can see the inference profile ID. So you have to choose this profile ID and then pass in application dot properties file for this model. Restart the service again. Now again it's started. Now test the API one more time. So just click on send button. Oh wow. So we got the response. I am Claude, an AI assistant made by Anthropic. As of my version, I don't have access to information about a specific version I am. You could check. So for testing purpose, we can ask another questions. Who is the Prime Minister of India? And click send button. So I got the response. Narendra Modi is the Prime Minister of India and all the details. So this confirms that our configuration is working properly, right? So now let's quickly recap what we did. So first we used a cloud provider which is AWS. And inside AWS we used the service called Bedrock, and Bedrock provides access to multiple AI models from different companies, right? Then we selected a model based on our requirement. After that, we created a policy, a user, and generated access key and secret key. Next, in our Spring Boot applications, we added required dependency in pom.xml, required configurations in application.properties file, and we also passed the credentials using environmental variables. And finally, we connected our application to AWS Bedrock and successfully tested the API. So the main advantage of using cloud provider is easy to manage, easy to scale, and easy to integrate. So that's all for this video. Thanks for watching.